Hi, I'm Amita. Come write with me, come create with me. Thank you for engaging with my other posts on creativity and writing and the creative brain. Yeah, I hope you enjoy some of my other posts as well. I'm going to talk today about this idea that many people feel, actually, many people who've now started a creative journey or have realized the benefits of being creative and bringing creativity into their life have this regret often that they've wasted so many years. I've certainly felt that, because you can always see people who seem to be on a creative journey at a much younger age, or there are always people who are more, whatever success is, successful than you, or who seem like they're further along in the journey than you. And it is really, it's okay to feel that grief. It is grieving, isn't it? It's grieving for the lost years, or what you think of as the lost years. They're not really lost years, but you might think of them as lost years. It might be grieving for the hours you've spent trying to not feel depressed, not feel anxious, not feel restless, but you've done things like jobs that that weren't fulfilling you, or that didn't use your deepest feelings, or you might have used relationships in that way, or you might have used substances in that way, and there can be regret, and that is a feeling of grief. It's a feeling of loss. It's a feeling of, oh God, why didn't I know this before? Why didn't someone teach me this? Why didn't my parents or my school or the institutions that I'm surrounded by, or my friends or whoever, why wasn't I taught this? Why wasn't I taught to really connect with my deepest needs, my deepest talents, my deepest aptitudes, my deepest feelings? Why wasn't I taught that? Why does the world not teach us those things? That can lead to feelings of regret, and it can feel really, actually really sad. And so if you do have moments of that, or if you are currently feeling like that, it is really important to forgive yourself for those years, or however long you think you weren't doing the thing that you're meant to be doing, or you're made to be doing. Because for one thing, probably you were doing quite a lot of other things that have got you to this place. And those things that you were doing, some of them may have been, not great, or destructive, or not great for you. Absolutely. And it's okay to regret, and it's okay to do what you need to do to to come to terms with that. But then now do it. Now do your creative thing. Now be on the journey. But at the same time, the likelihood is that you were doing other things. You might have had a family, or you might have been doing a job that may not be the most fulfilling, but it might have led you to what you're doing now, or it may have given you some connection, or and a deeper understanding of yourself, or something or the other. So I do think it's not actually wasted years. But the other thing is, even if you come to this conclusion that, oh my gosh, they were they were wasted years, well, then forgive yourself. Right now you can choose differently. The past doesn't actually have to keep on impacting the future choices that we make. I've had that regret in terms of kind of, why wasn't I writing more seriously at an early age? Why did I think I wasn't creative enough? Why did I give myself the messages, who do I think I am? And I'm not that creative, or it's special people that write, or are authors, or whatever. I've certainly given myself those messages, and it is a regret that I have. Why didn't I start this more seriously earlier? Why did I've certainly wasted time feeling bad about myself, and feeling like I'm not good enough, or not worthy enough, or cringing at the idea of people either not seeing me, being invisible, or seeing me too much and feeling exposed, and feeling sort of vulnerable, and not knowing what to do with that, and kind of doing kind of whatever you have to do to kind of get through it. I've spent years kind of feeling like that. I spent years in social situations where my head would actually be somewhere else, because I couldn't cope with how exposed it made me feel to be in that social situation. We do things, to manage our anxiety, manage our social anxiety, and to try and get on with things. But those are things that you do to survive, to get through So, you know, kind of forgiving yourself and coming to terms with it, journaling, doing therapy, whatever it is you need to do, talking to friends who will understand. And then thinking, actually, now I have the future and I have the present. And the best thing I can do is find those things that I really love doing, with all my feeling, you know, all my generative, creative, wholesome feeling, and to create. Enjoy the journey, and I hope you will like, subscribe, and follow so I can keep on talking to you and connecting with you. Thanks for listening.